We're talking with Bloomsburg University head men's cross-country coach Bernie Empey. The Huskies will be heading to Lock Haven this coming weekend for the conference cross-country championships. And Bernie, talked to us about the season to date, how things have gone. It's been kind of a up and down season with lots of distractions, but how has the team handled it up to this point?
I think our team has handled it as about as well as they could have at this point. We're really young. We have 4 freshmen on the roster that are playing a significant role in our weekly performances as a team, and that's certainly anytime you're relying on such a large contingent of freshmen, it always can be an up and down season. But they're handling it pretty well. They're adjusting to certainly the college race distance, which is substantially longer than they race in high school. And some of them pick it up quicker than others do. All of them are at this point in the year are starting to feel the weariness of the miles. None of them come from particularly high mileage backgrounds, and that certainly always plays a factor. When you get this far into the season, you got some people that are handling stuff really well, and you got some people running on some tired legs. So.
Well, you've got one guy, Nick Paton's been kind of your number one right from the get-go. Talk about Nick and the season he's had so far.
Yeah, Nick has stepped up to fill that one role pretty well. He's a junior, and he kind of knows our system pretty well, and he's finally kind of bought into to the summer training piece, and he had a really good summer of training, which kind of springboarded him into the fall he's having so far. We certainly, with the 2-week gap that we missed with the flooding in Bloomsburg, kind of maybe delayed that process for him a little bit, and has slowed down his development as far as the race season has gone. But the good part for him is that he's experienced in kind of late in the season. His experience in his summer training is gonna be something he's gonna be able to draw on this weekend at the PSAC meet.
And how about course-wise? You're moving out to Lock Haven for originally scheduled at Mansfield. What course suit runner like him, or what type of course suits him best? I guess is another question.
And Nick runs it doesn't necessarily show too many weaknesses, whether the course changes from a flat course to a hilly course. But I do think that the flat course will suit him a little bit more. He tends to be a runner that does very well when he gets into pace and kind of is able to maintain that pace. Sometimes on a hilly course you get some surging and some slowing down with the uphills and the downhills, and that sometimes can take a runner that really runs with a rhythm more often. That can throw him off a little bit sometimes. So I think it suits him pretty well. Fortunately, the course is nice and flat. We're the men, which is a little untraditional for a season. Are going to be. This is going to be our 4th weekend in a row racing, and that's you usually don't see that very often at the college level. And I just felt like I needed to make some changes after we kind of missed 2 weeks of training time. So we've kind of adapted the training to change some of the loads during the week, and decided that we were going to put our focus on getting race ready a little bit more.
Well, how will you expect him to go out? What kind of mile time are you looking for him to achieve? As he starts the race.
I'm expecting Nick. We're hoping Nick, and we've kind of been looking at it, and we think that Nick is a top 20 type of runner in our conference, and he's probably at Lock Haven. He's going to have to be out in 5 minutes to put himself in position to be with those. That pack of people. It's always a fine line, because you get out too far out front, and you can get pulled out too fast. And it can come back to bite you later in the race. And sometimes in a championship like that, if you get out too slow, sometimes you just get caught up in the mass of people, and you can't really move through the field like you need to. So it'll be a little a fine line for him. But we're kind of targeting that. That 4:55 to 5:02 range for him to be out in the first mile, and really think that he's ready for a big weekend.
And team-wise, expectations, goals for you guys in terms of where you hope to finish?
Yeah, well, it just in the last couple weeks, kind of watching our freshmen progress. I think we've started to hone in on thinking that we can finish in the top 10. We were 10th a year ago, and I was a little concerned starting the year with so many freshmen and knowing we were going to be dependent on so many freshmen. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to match last year's finish of 10th in the PSAC, but as of late, our freshmen are coming around and are starting to kind of catch on to racing at the college level and competing at that level on a week in and week out basis. And so we really think that we're a top 10 team. We haven't been ranked in the region all year, and it'd be a nice time to finally step into that spot.
Well, we want to wish you and the team the best of luck this coming weekend at Lock Haven.
Thanks, Tom.